The high school wrestling regular season is winding down. In District 3, the start of the team championships is less than 2 weeks away. With league titles and playoff seedings on the line, this is the time of year when teams want to be peaking as they prepare to enter the postseason. Tonight, a Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup, Central Dauphin at Carlisle, next on High School Sports Live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Carlisle High School. John Reppitz along with George Hartwick bringing you another evening of live high school wrestling action brought to you by our sponsors, PHFA, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Jack Gimbalvo, and Hoffman Ford. Thank you to those sponsors for all their support. George, a good one tonight here in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Central Dauphin, Jeff Swigert's team comes in. Just 2 losses on the season. They're very well balanced. They have 11 wrestlers with at least 12 dual meet victories this year. And Jeff has the Rams perhaps poised to make a run at the District 3 team title in 2 weeks, doesn't he?
Well, it's kind of interesting because early in the season we had them in a win over Mifflin County, but they have no returning state qualifiers in their lineup. So for the first time, I think, ever in history, Swags was working with a new lineup. And what we've seen is the traditional Central Dauphin turnout. I mean, even though they might have had a tough loss against Carlisle Valley a couple weeks ago, 11-2 is, again, a record that's going to put them in a high seed and in a position, again, to repeat and come back and make a statement and potentially have some rematches against Cumberland Valley and other teams, including Cedar Cliff, to put themselves in a position to maybe even be there for the district title.
Okay, now on the other hand, we have a Carlisle team that got off to a great start this year. They almost pulled off the shocker of the season. They took Cumberland Valley into criteria before losing to the Eagles on that. They're a little shorthanded tonight. There's some sickness running through the team, so we'll have to see how they adjust for that. But Coach Joe Wilson certainly has this program headed in the right direction to contend in the future.
Well, as a Steel High guy, I'm used to watch Billy Owens versus Rod Brooken. But tonight, Carlisle is really back on the map for wrestling. They shook a lot of people up early in the season when they took Cumberland Valley to a criteria match. And subsequently, even though we have 2 wrestlers out tonight, they've really established themselves as a team that has a solid lineup, a program that's moving in the right direction. And we think tonight's going to be the battle of the green, even though we're on the West Shore. But ultimately, I think the 2 wrestlers may hurt Carlisle tonight being out. But I think you're going to see an extraordinarily competitive match, and stay tuned for what could be an exciting finish if it's anything like the Cumberland Valley-Carlisle match.
As we say, sit back and enjoy. You have the best seat in the house. All the action coming your way next. You're on High School Sports Live. It's Central Dauphin at Carlisle. Coming your way next here on ABC 27.3.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Everybody's here for you.
Every day, in every way.
We're here for you at every turn.
'Cause it's your trust we're out to earn.
At Jack Gimbalvo Buick GMC, everybody's here for you, with great people to serve you and great deals to wow you. Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on a 2018 GMC Sierra Double Cab 4x4. So come on down to Jack Gimbalvo Buick GMC.
'Cause it's your trust we're out to earn.
At Jack Gimbalvo Buick GMC, better deals from a better dealer.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter, Payton, had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Payton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PaytonWalker.org.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet. because tomorrow does matter.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Welcome back to Carlisle. We're getting ready for action here. It's going to be Central Dauphin at Carlisle, Mid-Penn Commonwealth Wrestling match. And here at the Gene Evans Gym. And George, I know we both spent a lot of time here. This is a legendary place as far as local sports legends are concerned. I remember coming in here for years watching Billy Owens and Jeff Lebo and Dave Lebo coaching, the basketball team to 4 consecutive state championships. Now we're here for wrestling, and as we talked about in the open, Carlisle is on the upswing, so it's good to see that the program's coming back.
They're not only coming back, but they've been competitive, took Cumberland Valley down to the wire, and I was shocked that when I came in here tonight, there's all this new, but there's all these folks that I still know that have not went very far. So
we'll talk about those later.
From our trainer to our scorekeeper to, but we do have new stands, a new hardwood floor, new clock. I never know behind me that I remember the old clocks that used to exist in here were tough for us to be able to gauge what was going on. And as official, of course, we never look at the clock, but. It's great to be in Carlisle's gym tonight, and I'm interested to see what the official tonight is going to do with the armbands. We've got all green. So it's usually the home team that's green, so we'll see how that works out. And I know we got some interesting things to talk about. We're knee-deep in the middle of the wrestling season. It's an exciting season. We've got some teams that have really performed beyond what we thought they would. Some teams that have stepped up as traditional powerhouses, and teams like Carlisle who've really made a name for themselves so far this year.
We, as you said, have a couple of things to mention tonight. You, as being a former official, it's one of the things we'd like to talk about tonight as the evening goes along, is the officiating. It's been getting a lot of attention. There was a big national headline a couple of weeks ago, and recently a couple of local ones, one here in Mid-Penn and one over the weekend in Berks County. So we'll touch upon that. And I'm sure if I just say, George, what do you think? And 2 hours later, you'd still be talking about it, wouldn't you?
No, I think the best thing, and sort of we'll touch about the specifics of that through the match, but the best thing about officiating, and the only reason I really did it, was these kids work way too hard to have somebody who don't know the rules and don't know how to apply them. We want to make sure their action dictates what we call by the rules, and nothing else determines the outcome. And the best thing as an official you could possibly have at the end of the match is no one knows you were there, your name is not in the paper, and the kid's action determines the outcome. And unfortunately, I think there's been a couple of cases that have happened this year that have brought attention in the wrong way.
Okay, so we're getting ready. The teams are being introduced right now. So as we're getting ready for the opening weight tonight, which is going to be 285 pounds, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more high school wrestling action here on ABC 27.3.
Just what you're looking for, Hoffman has it.
And at HoffmanFord.com, they make it easy to find the new or used Ford you've been looking for. Search nearly 500 new and used vehicles right at your fingertips. And when you find one you like, you can even get pre-approved by applying online. Plus, you can chat live or text a real person to answer any questions you may have. Start your shopping at HoffmanFord.com. They make it easy to get into a new or used Ford today.
Hoffman Ford. just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
To hear a kid say that they're concerned about their safety in a school environment is just, it's heartbreaking. I'm sorry. I need my kids to be in an environment where they can actually focus on their education. That's paramount to me. The school does what it says it's going to do for the families that they serve.
There's never been a better time to make the switch. Enroll today at ccaaeducate.me.
Getting ready for our first match of the night, 285 pounds. It actually looks like Central Dauphin's going to do us a little favor. They have the white singlets on tonight.
And Carlisle actually has gray. There's no green.
So at 285, we have Jaden Baylor of Central Dauphin taking on Osvaldo Alvarez of Carlisle, and we are underway.
Osvaldo. Always want to take a look at the weigh-in numbers. 285 is the maximum limit you can weigh in at. In this case, we've got Osvaldo Alvarez weighing in at around 270. And we've got Jaden Baylor. He is right at that mark at 285 on the nose.
Wow.
So two of the bigger heavyweights we've seen, and evenly matched, not a huge amount of giveaway with weight allowance. Osvaldo in on a nice shot. Jaden Baylor fends it off. Now snap down, front headlock. Osvaldo now trying to spin to the leg. Controlling the head, doing a good job.
Both these wrestlers are seniors. Baylor with 12 wins. As I said, one of 11 wrestlers with at least a dozen wins for Jeff Swiggert's team. Osvaldo comes in with a record of 10-7.
Really nice. And Osvaldo does a good job. When you wrestle a guy who's 285 pounds, you don't want to stay underneath. He tried to work sort of a high crotch, switch it to an outside single, and was unable to pull the leg in. But both attempts by Osvaldo were aggressive and something normally you don't see with bigger guys at the heavyweight, 285 level. I know one thing. I'd like to have Jaden Baylor or Osvaldo blocking for me. Either guy will make an impact on the offensive line, and I bet you both probably play football. Oh, great. See again. You see that? It's exactly what I talked about. Osvaldo again tried to go with a high crotch instead of spinning to the outside. We have Baylor that just sort of hipped into him, used his weight, and now has a crossface in. Is going to spin around the top. He's putting all that weight on him. And if he's able to turn him here, which it looks like he's going to, end of the period. I don't know if he even got back points.
But it doesn't look like any are being awarded. Still 2-0 in favor of Jaden Baylor.
Osvaldo wants to stay out from underneath there. He's again going neutral. He deferred. Jaden Baylor deferred at the beginning of the second period. Osvaldo selects neutral. Again, made two nice shot attempts, and he needs to make sure he does not stay underneath.
Referee Brian DeBrouwer tonight did not award points there right at the end of the period. So 2-0 Baylor over Alvarez. Early second period at 285.
Baylor just pushing there. First steps forward he had so far. A little hand fighting inside. Baylor with his elbow tape. Again, ear to ear here. Nice shot again. Look, he gets in. Baylor now puts his weight on top of him. He needs to come to the outside. He needs to work out to the outside. Cuts it across. Great job there. And again, still tacking on the leg. Got to be careful he doesn't get caught underneath. Give credit to Osvaldo. Ooh, that was a tough and hard landing there. But that's just like a tackle driving, and now Baylor coming up appears to have some level of an injury. I think the official is going to put him on the clock, and does. You have a minute 30 injury time. First injury time is on injury, and then second injury time, the other individual gets choice of position. Looks like his knee hit in the crotch area.
So while trainer Rick Burkholder of Carlisle comes out to take a look, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Live action back underway. And just like that, we could feel the floor shake underneath our table right here.
Tell you something, this is an offensive line drill. Pick up and drive. And both guys are big young men out there.
And this 285-pound match being brought to you by Hoffman Ford.
First time I saw Jaden Baylor make a move. And oh, Osvaldo, headlock. He's able to settle down as well. He's got the actual headlock applied. He's got to stay above the elbow there, and he's going to try and lock it up. But this is going to be difficult to fight off of. There it is. That's actually a big swing there.
Good start for Carlisle. They take the first match of the night at 285. You're watching High School Sports Live.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
So a big win by Osvaldo Alvarez of Carlisle. Gets the Thundering Herd off to a good start in this one. They have the 6-0 lead. And now we're going to move to 106 pounds.
Uh-oh, here we go again. Noah Clausen, Alir Nasarov. Clausen in early for a takedown. Now trying to work a far side cradle. He's able to lock it up. See? Taking it back. There we go. Got a count going. There it is.
And a quick pin in just 25 seconds for Noah Clausen of Carlisle. He's a winner at 106. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Just to get caught back up there at 106 pounds, that was Noah Clausen of Carlisle with a pin in 25 seconds over Ali Nasarov of Central Dauphin. So the Herd now to a 12-0 lead as we move on to 112 pounds.
Then we got Josh Miller versus Clayton Schugert. Miller with a 22-5 record, a PIAA District 3 6th place winner last year, and second place at the Mule Classic. First nice little ankle pick. 2-0. Josh Miller, Central Dauphin.
And just to even things out, Schugert for Carlisle as a sophomore comes in with a record of 10-4.
Miller got to be careful there. Trying to tilt situation, got a little bit too far underneath. Just has a tight waist on there. Now trying to work a one-on-one, trying to peel it underneath. Sugart needs to do more than just keep his hand there and attached. I'd suspect, unless he's going to start to move there, he's going to get called for stalling. Miller now following. Has got to return him back down to the mat. Sugart peeling hands. Miller drops still leg. He's got to bring him back down to the mat, make an attempt. Otherwise, it's going to be stalling. He's got to make an attempt. He's got to. There's the stalling. There it is. Miller brings him back down, but not without a stalling call. So there's now a stalling warning on Josh Miller. Miller just really hanging there so far. Not putting a whole lot of combinations together, trying to spiral ride. Just working a one-on-one.
End of period one at 113 pounds. This match is being brought to you by Groff Tractor.
Josh Miller selects the defensive position to begin period number 2. Good job of standing up right away. Sugart brings it back down the mat. Miller actually moves back into him. Still no change. Sugart's holding on to that leg. Miller trying to stretch him out and get behind. Now he wants to cut the arm between the body. Miller keeps trying to spin back around. Still no change. Still no change. Sugart's still in control. Potentially dangerous call there. So Sugart will still retain the offensive position. No score. Sugart looking for Peterson, has now in Oklahoma. He's able to clear the arm, get 2. Trying to Merkle here with the, some people call it a Merkle, some people call it an Oklahoma. I guess I'm a little old school. It is really a difficult spot to be able to score from unless you are able to trap that top head and roll right away and maintain control. But he gets out of it quickly and now is working a tight waist. Peeling the arm underneath again. Now works it. Got to be careful. Keep it across the back. Sugart able to get his arm away quickly. Now working a cross face. Trying to do more of a corkscrew here. Now trying to work a far side cradle. Just really in there on a spiral ride right now, not doing a whole lot. Got the back leg hooked. Trying to ride out these last 10 seconds. Needs to continue to promote the action. Don't look at the clock, young man. If you do that with me on the mat, I'd call you for stalling.
You call me for stalling. So 4 minutes in the book at 113 pounds. It's Josh Miller with a 4-0 lead as we go to period number 3. He has lead over Clayton Sugart of Carlisle.
Sugart selects neutral. Tries a shot. Miller throws by. Now looks like he's earned 2, making it 6-0.
Cuts him loose.
Good job controlling the hands there by Sugart, but he really can't get underneath. Swags is yelling, "Get after him." I'm sure they want a major decision in this match. Sugart now in nice from an outside single. Trying to lift it up. Nothing doing. Got to be careful. You can't scissors the head. Miller does a good enough job of getting his arms unattached, using his knee in a good way. Really in the back of the neck there. Now trying to jam the head and spin around. Got to get free from that. Schugert now getting lower on the ankle, sort of splitting them out. Miller trying to hook the back leg. Not able to do it yet. Still neutral. Stalemate.
41 seconds left at 1:13, 6-1.
Schugert still in, doing enough to avoid any kind of bonus points here. I think Swags is looking for bonus points. Carlisle doing a great job, and Schugert is not giving any up. Half a high crotch attempt. Trying to use that inside arm, spin around. He's got it hooked. He needs to be able to bang his head down, trap that inside arm, and spin around. Not going to be able to do it. He's giving up his leg there. It's going to end this way.
So Josh Miller of Central Dauphin gets the Rams their first points of the night with a win at 113 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter Payton had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Payton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PaytonWalker.org.
So it's 12-3 in favor of Carlisle over Central Dauphin as we move to match number 4. This brought to you by Commonwealth Charter Academy. And at 120 pounds, we have, I believe it's Marshall Pliskonko of Central Dauphin.
Correct. Versus Seth Bloomquist of Carlisle. Nice throw by. Seth Bloomquist earns the first takedown of the match. Had a near side half. Gave it up pretty quickly.
Pliskonko, a sophomore, still looking for his first win. This is his 5th match of the year. Taking on Bloomquist, who's a senior. He comes in with a sub-500 record at 8-9 on the season.
Bloomquist is locking up a near side cradle here. He's got plenty of time to be able to do something with it. He's either going to roll through across his own back or try to take him back or release it, but he's got to do something with it. Just gave it up. Getting a little bit high. 10 seconds to go. Trying to shake him down. Bloomquist still maintaining control. Now Pliskonko looking for a Peterson. Is unable to turn it through. He's got both arm and leg, but no success of rolling him through.
So Bloomquist with the early advantage, 2-0 after one period at 120.
Pliskonko selects a defensive position. Bloomquist now just sort of got that arm trapped in a tight waist. There it is. Able to get the tilt. I think he's got a 2 count. Still has the same position. Now has a bar. Either he's going to keep it on a tilt. I hear coach yelling, run the bar. So he's going to try and search for either a half on the other side, or at least to grasp the wrist to post. He's going to try and run it across his head here. He's still looking for the other wrist to be able to post off. There, he got it. He got it now. Now he can run it. Plenty of time left. He's going to run it. He's got to run it again. You got to run across the back. You got to break him down flat and run it the whole way up. Up, potentially dangerous. Evidently, he gave him 2 points there for the tilt. Same situation. Not doing a whole lot here. This is a one-on-one. Both guys need to can't wrestle with your head on the mat. You can't from the top do anything just by hanging on there. We got to promote action. Now he's got a near side cradle.
George, you mentioned one of my favorite sayings that you used to say. You can't wrestle with your head on the mat.
There's no way to, unless you're doing a Grammy, there's no way to score with your head on the mat. Now he's gotten a little bit high, has Bloomquist. Pliskanko now works his way out. Bloomquist still has a leg, may earn one at least here. Bloomquist now keeping the leg, still maintaining control.
3, 2, 1. That'll end period number 2.
He gives him one.
Give 1 point.
He gives him one.
So Seth Bloomquist, Carlisle's going to take a 4-1 lead into period 3 at 120.
Bloomquist in on single. Has it high. Needs to trip that back leg. Able to earn turn.
It's 2 more, so it's 6-1 now.
Coach is telling him to cut him. Needs to come out in front, cut him. Outside single. Needs a limp arm to get him through. He's going to try a near side cradle here. Not able to lock it up yet. Now gets around for 2. That's 2. That's 2. There's 2.
Now he's getting it.
Coach yelling to cut him again. Pliskanko just hanging on to that arm. Maybe preventing him from being able to cut him quicker. Now red. Pliskanko called for stalling. Bloomquist has a leg in. Pliskanko again face down on the mat. Can't score from there. Second stalling warning. Gives 1 to Seth Bloomquist, making it 9-2.
Time running out. 7-point difference.
Needs 1 more
to get the major.
Pliskanko really head on the mat still.
I think he's going to be content to just ride it out. So Seth Bloomquist gets Carlisle's 3rd win of the night at 120 pounds, a 9-2 decision. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Mom, can we have burgers?
Sure. Fries?
Yep.
Milkshakes?
You got it.
Nutritious twists at prices you'll love. That's a combination you'll only find at Giant.
Save big. Giant brand roasting chicken drumsticks or thighs, 99 cents per pound. See store for details.
Next up, 126-pound battle. Wrestling for Central Dauphin, Carlisle, Trenton Walker.
So he moved to 126 as Trenton Walker of Carlisle. He's filling one of the holes in the lineup tonight against Tyler Faust of Central Dauphin. George, we know Carlisle's short-handed tonight. 2 of their state qualifiers from last year, Rafael Potilla and Colton Jumper, are not in the lineup. They went home sick today. So And I guess it goes without saying, getting out to a 15-3 lead is rather important.
I want to see that in replay. That was good.
Alert the guys in the truck.
Look at that. And absolutely comes up with it. This is Roman Bravo Young stuff there. That's the move of the match. There's no doubt about it. A backflip into a low single and actually a takedown. That was good. That to me gets my vote so far, the move of the match. And again, this is the fill-in for this match, which makes it even more unique.
Right. Coach told us that this is actually Walker's first match of the season.
I'll tell you, with that kind of athleticism, I would suspect he's learning a lot every day in the room, but has come out here pretty strong so far and is able to fend off both a really difficult takedown. Now working an outside ankle pick, trying to control the head. He needs to get his arm free here, but very athletic, very athletic. Now he gets inside legs, able to stretch out nice. Man, I like this young man. He's going to get taken down here, but you can tell he's got athleticism now. Here's where you can tell he probably doesn't have the experience. If somebody takes you down, you got to base out right away. Don't take the chance of giving up some back points, but really impressed with his athleticism.
I said first match of the year for Walker. Faust, on the other hand, comes in with a record of 17-11 for the Rams sophomore.
We've talked about haircuts. This is one that certainly doesn't meet the neck. But
what do the rules say? It can't reach down. Doesn't say anything about going up, though, does it?
It does not. It cannot be cover your eyes. But in this case, it's clearly up and out of the way. And there's been a remedy to that. Yeah, the idea is, even if you have hair that does not meet the rules, you can put it in a hairnet. You don't have to cut it.
Unlike NFL or college players where they have the hair hanging down to their waist practically at times. So a very entertaining opening period at 126. Trenton Walker of Carlisle against Tyler Faust. It's Faust. George, here's your replay here.
Look at this. Backflip, boop. Man, that was planned. Straight down into a single leg, and he works out from underneath. That's something you see in college. It's good stuff.
Thank you to our Invicta team here tonight, bringing you the sights and sounds of that, showing you that special move right there.
He did it almost like the Roman Bravo Young early in the season against Lehigh. Now Faust working a front headlock. Trying to circle. I'll tell you, great job of holding. He got it now, comes up with a Russian. Able to control that inside arm. Inside trip. Woo, I like this. This is one heck of a match. This kid has not wrestled yet, and he likes to be on his feet. I like it. It's amazing this is his first match.
So he cuts him to give up the lead, but obviously he knows what he's doing on his feet.
I've been impressed with his athleticism. What grade is he in? Does it?
I don't really have any information for him since it's his first match of the year.
I'll tell you, if he's an underclassman, I think there's certainly some hope for 126 for Carlisle. And you have to remember the guy that he replaced tonight, Rafael Portilla, it was a state qualifier. And
two-time state qualifier.
Two-time state qualifier, and they're wrestling in the room every day. So he clearly knows wrestling. Now Faust coming up with a high crotch, lifts up the single. Look at the stretch on that. I mean, if I'm a college coach tonight, I'm looking at that athleticism and I'm thinking this kid's got some potential.
Yeah, I did look through my records here, and he is a freshman.
Good-looking freshman. Now stops there. He's got to be careful. He's got to get up. He's got to continue to follow that through. Faust doing a good job of now cross-facing and squaring him away. I don't know how he's given any kind of points there. I don't see where there is a takedown there. I don't understand that. He still has the leg. There's no control. I don't believe that's a takedown by the rules.
Well, unfortunately for Trenton Walker, referee Brian DeBrouwer did give his opponent, Tyler Faust, 2 on that. So it's now 7-4. So we head to the final period at 126 in what has been a very entertaining match so far.
Trenton Walker selecting neutral. No surprise there for the third period. Still nice use of inside ties, moving heads. He needs to be able to finish, but he's got some skill sets that are able to be developed. Nice sprawl. He's got quickness. Now trying to fireman's carry. Again, what coaches need to tell him is when you get in, either get in and grit out or finish the move. He's putting himself in a great position, but he is not finishing and creating the angles to finish there. Now again, trying to come underneath. He's got both elbows. They're out of bounds line here. Does a good job of coming back into it. Really good match. It's been the most entertaining match of the evening.
George, we're 5 matches in, and you haven't said cross wrist tilt yet.
And that's because CD has not applied it. But we got the meat of their lineup coming up here in the next couple matches. Although we thought Tyler Faust, 17 and 11, certainly a quality wrestler, 10th grader. Trenton Walker, again, staying in on double. He's got to get his head off the mat and drive. Get out to the side, create an angle. Now he lifts, push and pull, comes underneath. There we go, and nice, he's getting back. There it is. This is big. Gets back points. We'll go into the lead here, 9-7. And Faust does a great job of coming back out. Has a Peterson here. He's got 3 near fall. Now he's in a position, gives up, no back points. He's only counted 1 so far. So I think we've got a tie match here. 9-9. 9-9 with 13 seconds to go.
Here we go.
Stalling top man. Not being able to work up. We got 8 seconds to go. Woo, it's a good match. Both guys are a little bit gassed.
I'm gassed just watching them.
Me too. I mean, this is
the most animated
match.
I've seen you in a while, just sitting here.
Well, I mean, this is unexpected from a young guy we didn't have on our stat sheet, and he's shown some real talent here tonight. If I'm a recruiter, I'd see the talent of him. And he's coming up. He gets out. There it is.
1 point escape. Trenton Walker with a last-second victory for Carlisle at 126
that was
pounds.
One heck of a match.
You are watching High School Sports Live.
That was one heck of a match.
Wow, just look at the emotion there. That was something. 10-9 final.
First high school match of the year. Look at it.
Here's somebody in the crowd yelling, "Don't hurt him."
That was incredible. If you didn't enjoy that at home, you're not wrestling fans.
Wow. So big win by Trenton Walker. More importantly, it's going to give the Thundering Herd an 18-3 lead. And now we move on.
I think we got, this is Bryce Buckman.
This is 132
versus Bryce Dunkelberg.
It's Bryce and Pizza Hut. The Bryce and Bryce Show.
False start. First caution. Bryce Dunkelberger. I hear the crowd yelling, "Come on, Bryce." They could be rooting for either one.
Bryce Dunkelberger of Carlisle, a sophomore, comes in with a 7-8 record. Bryce Buckman, who was our wrestler of the match the last time we had the Rams on.
He's got a nice tilt situation here. Not a cross wrist, but he's still in a tilt situation. He's got to be careful. Exposes his own back, but he earns 2 so far.
Buckman's a sophomore with a record of 19-9.
Buckman still staying in control. I think I saw his brother in the crowd today.
So a good period by Bryce Buckman of Central Dauphin. He has a 4-0 lead after first 2 minutes at 1:32.
Tyler Buckman greeted me on the way in. He helped the Stilton wrestling team resurrect itself last year, and I know he's still involved and heavily engaged in helping these young kids learn the sport of wrestling. Great job. You know, there's a lot of wrestling in the Buckman house. I'm sure their carpets are worn out. They're not replacing furniture until they're both out of the house.
That's where you just take room and you just clear everything out, right?
I remember growing up, that's what we did. Stoke up that coal stove and bring the bike in the room and wrestle my dad, my brother, and whoever else was there. And when they got tired, I rode the bike. Going for clarification here. Question from the coach. Just put the appropriate level of time back on the clock. Buckman looks good from top. He really knows how to pressure forward, take out the base, figure out ways to continue to maintain control, and now he's looking for a pull and a tilt. Got a nice tight waist in there. Now traps that arm underneath. There it is, cross wrist tilt.
Here we go. Finally
Doesn't earn anything.
Finally got to say it in the heat of action.
He did actually earn 2 there. Referee counted 2. Has it again. There we go. Earn 2 again. Again, you get a 2 count, you earn 2. Get a 5 count, you earn 3. Releases it for another 2.
So late in the second, we are ready in major decision here. Territory. And Bryce Buckman with 2 minutes to go, possibly on his way to even more. 11-0 after 2 periods.
He's really confident from the top position. I think he's going to be good from neutral too. Tries an outside ankle pick, now throw by. Now again, using the head, moving his opponent to where he wants him to be. That's not a high quality shot, but does get in on a leg. Able to do a dump. Now he's got a hold of the arm. Not only does he want 2 here, he probably wants back points. Unable to get him. Only needs 2 now for a technical fall. Bryce Buckman, only a sophomore, coming in with a 19-9 record. Again, using that tight waist. Now got the wrist. Fighting hands underneath. Now he's looking for another pull. Now he's trying to stuff the head. You know, there's something to be said when you have your head on the mat. If folks see you doing it enough, they're going to stuff it right down there and pin you. Again, trying to use this cross wrist tilt. Jumps from one side to the other. Trying to get leverage. Lets it go. Bottom guy still has his head on the mat. The idea of stalling is pretty clear here. Now Buckman again able to pull the tilt across. Only gets 1. This is clearly stalling from Carlisle wrestler. Not doing anything at all. Buckman trying to earn 2 more. Got it. There it is. That's it. Still has the bar in. That's why they're going to let it continue. If he lets it go, it will not. He can run that bar. There it is.
Well, that's going to do it. Technical fall for Bryce Buckman of Central Dauphin at 1:32. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Do you want to answer for that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
So that win by Bryce Buckman at 132 tightens things up a little bit. Carlisle still on top of Central Dauphin 18-8 as we move to 138. And for the Rams, it's going to be Ty Weathersby. And for Carlisle,
Colton Jumper.
No, Jumper is not here tonight.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
I believe it's Jarrett Wilson.
Jarrett Wilson. Got it.
This is the other fill-in tonight.
They don't have a surprise with this fill-in. Weathersby gets out to an immediate 5-0 lead. Actually, 4-0 lead. Looking for a cross-face near side cradle. Out of bounds.
These teams have 3 common opponents so far this year: Chambersburg, Cumberland Valley, and Mifflin County. Carlisle has lost to all 3. The most spectacular one there was that 1-point criteria loss to Cumberland Valley back in December. Central Dauphin is a 2-1 record against those, beating Chambersburg and Mifflin County, and losing by 9 points to Cumberland Valley back in December.
Another 2 points by Weathersby. Cross for stilt. There it is. Heavy dive underneath. That's the kind of commitment you need for that. That was really good.
Hear the fans in attendance counting with the official on that.
That was that signature CD. Now he's going to do a corkscrew coming straight out top. He's going to try to grab that elbow and twist him right away. Kind of gave up on it quick. Now he's looking for a far side cradle.
So good opening period by Ty Weathersby at 138. And folks, this gentleman sitting here is Rick Burkholder. He's the Carlisle athletic trainer. George, you said he's in his 59th year here with the Thundering Herd. And he's got that Chiefs training shirt on because his son, Rick Burkholder, is on the training staff of the Kansas City Chiefs, who were in the AFC Championship game.
Bergie was here when I was in high school. He served more time, obviously, than I am old, and has been an unbelievable, stable individual, and regardless of age. He knows how to provide training. So proud of his son. Followed Andy Reid from Philadelphia now to Kansas City, and we talked about some old and some new. Well, Bergie is a staple here, and I don't think you will get him out of the Carlisle gym. This could be it here. Actually, good job fighting off his back by Jarrett Wilson.
I remember Berkey telling stories back when Rick, his son, was a student out at Pitt. And it was one of the years when Carlisle was playing in the state championship, and he was sending his son, I believe it was Brashear, out at Pittsburgh, buying up their tickets to bring back home for the Carlisle fans.
That's awesome. I remember, even though I wrestled, I never missed a Steel High Carlisle game. It was the years I was in 9th, 10th, 11th grade to watch those matchups of Billy Owens and Michael Owens and Jeff Lebo, Rob
Kleckner.
Oh, Scoop Evans. I can name that whole team.
So another technical fall at 138 for Ty Weathersby, rather workmanlike. He gets 5 more points for the Rams. You're watching High School Sports Live.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
So back at Carlisle, we moving on down to 145 pounds for the Thundering Herd. It's going to be Ridge Wargans, a junior with a 2-1 record, taking on, I believe it's Hunter Bentz of Central Dauphin.
Has a nice cradle. A little bit out of bounds line is going to be a detriment to that, but is able to pull him back in. Now 1-on-1. Cross wrist tilt. Diving underneath. There we go. Starting to count. Earns 2.
This 145-pound match being brought to you by the Payton Walker Foundation.
Crossface trying to look for an outside, far side cradle. Now looking at it, taking him out of bounds. Actually, may be able to with supporting points inbounds. Now he's got a near side cradle.
Back in.
Near side cradle. Able to spin him inbounds. Even there with the supporting points in, earning points.
Bentz of Central Dauphin off to a good start, 6-0 lead at 145.
Cross wrist tilt right from the door. Puts him back now. Not able to earn any points. Only a 1 count.
George, I don't think you said cross wrist tilt one time in the
Here
first
it is.
6 matches. You said it
That might be a
6
pin.
times
That
since.
is.
There it is.
That's it.
That got him. Hunter Bentz, winner by fall at 145. You're watching High School Sports Live.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Ooh. Nice.
Colton Zimmerman for Carlisle at 152 pounds.
I think it's Mitchell Arch.
I'm hearing Wade from the crowd. It might be Wade McClune.
Colton Zimmerman still maintaining control.
Zimmerman, a sophomore, comes with a record of 12-5. He transferred over. He was a pretty good freshman season at Trinity last year. Was a state qualifier in Double-A. Ashley grew up in the Carlisle, lives in the Carlisle area, but elected to go to Trinity for 1 year and then decided to come back here to Carlisle for a sophomore year. She's out to a good 4-1 lead. 32 seconds left, first period at 152.
Going to give an optional start.
This brought to you by Giant Foods.
Comes right in for 2. I play the cut him game here with as good as he looks on his feet. Almost catches it here. You do not roll towards a guy in that position. Always roll away, never towards. Zimmerman selecting neutral.
Some interesting goings on in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. You try to figure this race out. Thinking about this, Chambersburg beat Mifflin County beat Cumberland Valley beat Central Dauphin beat Chambersburg. Try to pick a winner out of that. I think it'll be decided next Thursday night. Cumberland Valley and Chambersburg go at it. That will probably decide the Mid-Penn Commonwealth title.
I don't know who's going to beat Mifflin County.
Well, Chambersburg did Tuesday night.
They did?
37-28.
Wow, I missed that match. That it would be hard pressed for me to see a team that we saw against Cumberland Valley last week beat them. So that tells me Chambersburg is stacked. CD beat Chambersburg.
CV and Chambersburg will wrestle it next Thursday. CD
beat Chambersburg.
Yes.
That is a wacky outcome.
That's what makes it so interesting.
It's really a wacky outcome. Nice duck under by Zimmerman.
Unlike college football, where you know who the two teams in the final are going to be pretty much every year.
CD beat Chambersburg.
Yeah, that was back earlier in the season.
And I was really impressed when we saw Mifflin County against Cumberland Valley. They put a whooping on them.
Yeah, Central Dauphin beat Chambersburg on January 3rd, 36-26.
Oh, nice. Able to come. Nice duck under. Had a really deep half, but didn't take advantage of it and drive across. Now still trying to hang on to something up top. Now he's going to let him go.
So Colton Zimmerman trying to get Thundering Herd back on top. So he opens up an 8-point lead with 1:52, closing seconds of period 2.
Nice double leg. He should waste no time on the mat. Clearly has an advantage on his feet.
So Colton Zimmerman of Carlisle with a 16-6 lead. He's going to give up a point, so it'll be 16-7 as we start the final 2 minutes.
Nice little ducks. That's good. Oh, he's got to be careful there. He actually ducked under, and oh my goodness, that was a little different there too. Let's show that again. Very rarely do you see somebody
step over
like that. That was awkward look, but interesting move. Didn't turn out to be successful, but here it is again. Step over with your inside thigh. That's interesting. Can't say that I've seen that a lot in my days.
It's not something you tried, right?
That's unconventional.
Your legs weren't long enough to do that. Right? 2 more points for Zimmerman. Now 18-7.
I think we're going to see Central Dauphin be called for stalling here if he doesn't start to move. Zimmerman again, giving up 1 to try and get 2.
Looking at some of the other mid-pen action, Cedar Cliff in the Keystone. Cruising along, looking to possibly defend its District 3 team title. That tournament takes place in 2 weeks. Colonial looks like Waynesboro on top. They're wrestling Shippensburg tonight. Big Spring and Boiling Springs having their annual tussle also this evening. In a Mid-Penn Capital, it's a 4-way race right there. Camp Hill, Trinity, Middletown, and Milton Hershey. Camp Hill and Trinity on the mat tonight.
First stalling warning. Zimmerman now with a Russian trying to do an inside step through. Able to get behind, needs to bring him back down to the mat. Not able to do it yet. Got to be careful there. No takedown. We're neutral. Still with 18 seconds to go. It says 10-9, but it is 20-9.
Right. I was just doing a double take at the board looking at that. Well, it looks like we have a time out here to take a look at something on the mat. So while we're taking care of business here. Let's step away for a short minute, and we'll be right back.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Final seconds of period number 3 here at 1:52. Colton Zimmerman gets the pin for Carlisle to put the Thundering Herd back on top. Zimmerman win by pin at 1:52. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Come test drive a new Jeep on Stetler's amazing Jeep Trail.
During the Big Finish event, drive a 2019 Jeep Cherokee for just $199 a month. Yes, just $199 a month.
Drive better, drive Stetler at StetlerAuto.com.
So Colton Zimmerman puts Carlisle back on top by a score of 24-19. As we move on to 160.
At 152 pounds, Mitchell Art. 160 pounds for Carlisle Ben Farmer.
So at 160, it's going to be Mitchell Arch of Central Dauphin taking on Ben Farner of Carlisle. Arch, one of the experienced wrestlers, a senior for Jeff Swigert's Rams, record of 19-7 this year. Farner, a senior, but record of just 0-3.
And at 147.6, which is half a pound over the norm. Strategically there, you can only go up one weight. So Swags weighed in, Mitchell weight that he weighs in for 145. He presented himself at 152 and can wrestle one weight above. So he's actually a 45-pounder wrestling at 60. It looks like he's going to get a fall here. Able to now switch it to a headlock.
Farner trying to fight it off. So far, so good, but
a lot of time.
There it is. Quick pin by Mitchell Arch. Puts Central Dauphin back on top. He wins by fall at 160. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Hi, sweetheart. Hey, you two. It's dinner time. When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
So the pin by Mitchell Arch of Central Dauphin at 160 puts the Rams back on top by 1. It's now 25-24 on the big board. So we move on to 170.
It's Ethan Pay versus Logan Rhodes. Pay with the first takedown. Cross for tilt. Pay still holding on to that cross wrist tilt, trying to dive underneath. Not able to earn back points yet.
Rhodes, a freshman, comes in with a record of 6-10. Pay, a sophomore, is 4-15.
Now he's earning back points. I think he earned 3. 5-0. This is an important match. It would be a different story if Carlisle had their 2 guns here tonight, you know? Oh, they didn't lose a lot at 126.
So we head to period number 2 at 170. George, I want to make a special mention here to a wrestler from Mannheim Central by the name of Clay Beatty. If you watched PCN, the 5A state football finals, Mannheim Central taking on Penn Hills, you might remember in the closing seconds there was a player for the Barons that got seriously injured on a vicious hit with just seconds left. That was Clay Beatty. He was taken off the field in an ambulance, spent the night in the hospital. Happy to say that Clay Beatty is wrestling for the Barons this year.
It's awesome.
Last I saw on PA Wrestling website, he had a record of 5-3. So congratulations to him. So since this match is going to be seen again Friday night on PCN, those of you that watch the state finals on PCN, just to put a little bit of a closure to that. That's a great story.
Prayers to Clay Beatty, and it's great to see he and his family have recovered and has an active wrestling season. Hopefully will be ready to roll. You know what grade Clay is
junior.
in?
He's a
So
junior.
he'll be back to compete for the Barons next year in football as well. We've got Ethan Pay now trying to work a bar. Now is able to put it in his hip pocket and isn't able to hold on to the far trap arm. They do give him 2 there, however. Now he's trying to work up. Now he's got to be careful. Gets put to his back, does a good job of rolling off of it. Still does not lose control yet. He's going to be able to come out here on top. Very dangerous spot he put himself in, though. Pops his head out and still maintains control.
That's something. He had a 10-0 lead and almost gave it up, just like that.
If he would have put himself in a position to be pinned, you'd have seen Swags perched like a bird on the side of his chair, ready to pounce out in the middle of the mat. But Pay, to his credit, does a good job of staying off his back, still staying up with a 10-point lead. Now, still working for more.
For a tight match, Jeff Swagger's been pretty subdued tonight. I've only seen him up out of the chair twice.
He doesn't never look comfortable.
No, he doesn't.
I love his competitiveness.
So Ethan Pay, good effort so far at 170 for the Rams. He's going to take a 10-0 lead over Logan Rhodes. Final period at 170. Rams on top, 25-24, looking to extend the lead. There's a coach, Coach Swags.
And what he keeps saying is, it's there all day, stop waiting, go, go, go. And Ethan Pay listens. He's in on an outside single. Trying to switch it off. Does so, earns 2. Now cross wrist tilt. Might be able to do this and earn a technical fall. Looks like it's a 3. Earned 3, there it is.
Another
Swags
technical
happy for a
fall.
moment.
So Ethan Pay, winner by technical fall at 170 as the Rams extend their lead. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Just what you're looking for, Hoffman has it.
And at HoffmanFord.com, they make it easy to find the new or used Ford you've been looking for. Search nearly 500 new and used vehicles right at your fingertips. And when you find one you like, you can even get pre-approved by applying online. Plus, you can chat live or text a real person to answer any questions you may have. Start your shopping at HoffmanFord.com. They make it easy to get into a new or used Ford today.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for, Hoffman has it.
Malik Miller is going to take the mat for Carlisle at 182 pounds. And for Central Dauphin, we have George. Do we know?
I believe it is Timmy Smith. It's Nathaniel Mosey for Central Dauphin.
Okay, so we got that straightened out. And it's Malik Miller with a 1-0 lead. Just past the halfway point, period 182. Number of matches starting to wind down.
And we kept saying that it was Ethan Pay in the last match. It was Timmy Smith.
That was Timmy Smith.
Yep.
Okay.
So my mistake. Timmy Smith actually stepped up and did qualify for the 170-pound weight class. He weighed in at 170 even and was the last wrestler from Central Dauphin.
Okay, so it was Timmy Smith the winner at 170, and that's what gave the Rams a 30-24 lead. So, George, you mentioned earlier about the officiating in some of the matches, both locally and nationally. Are the officials going to be under the microscope more because of some of the things that have taken place so far?
Boy, as a former official, I hope not. But by the same token, we talked about not being in the headlines. We've seen some things happen from officials that have put them squarely in the headlines this year, and most of them have not been good. Some a bit controversial with cutting hair, and even recently in Berks County with cutting hair. Some mistakes have been made. It should have been handled better. Didn't apply the rules as they currently exist. And most recently we saw something in Redland where at the end of the match
in Hershey,
Redland Hershey, where I believe Redland was up by 2 points, no, by 1 point at the end of the match. And while it is a rule, you are not able to be on the mat with your straps down off of your shoulders. Unfortunately, 2 Redland wrestlers were penalized for that, and the match was taken away. Actually,
it was awarded to Hershey by 1 point.
What was awarded by Hershey. And again, I've seen that a lot. It is by the rules, the way it should be applied. However, you'd want to try to make sure you cover that in the pre-match routine, and also making sure that, I don't know how many kids in tournaments I ran after when I saw them getting ready to pull straps down. Hey. And it's something that I wish that they would change, but it is, again, an official part of the rules and was applied appropriately. I just wish the wrestlers would decide it, not an official.
And I think that's what makes it so difficult, is you could sit there and say, well, it's in the rule book, the rules are rules, but yet there's still some leeway as far as applying those rules as to how a match plays out.
That was always a rule that was tough for me, and while I have called it, I didn't want it to decide the outcome of matches. And what I would do, I don't know how many kids in tournaments and in other places I ran across the mat and I pulled up the straps, and as they're going to pull down the straps, I said, hey, up, don't pull down the straps. There's some preventative things you can do to change it, but technically, again, by the rules, it was the right call.
I mean, there's so many different nuances to the rules, not only in wrestling but other sports. And is it really the responsibility of the coach or the players to know exactly what they're doing at all times?
It really is. I mean, you want to make sure those rules are clearly expressed to your wrestlers so it doesn't cost you a match. But I still am wondering how pulling straps down is somehow lewd or in violation of anything related to the integrity of wrestling.
Right. Sometimes I think you have to look at it. You can't get mad for enforcing the rule, but you can be mad at the rule for the way it currently exists.
And that's,
so don't get mad at the messenger for enforcing it, but maybe work to get the rule changed so it doesn't seem so ridiculous to some people.
And that's one that I've never really agreed with, and I think we should take another look at it.
Meanwhile, back on the mat, it's Central Dauphin's Nathaniel Mosey with an 8-1 lead. In closing seconds of period 2 at 182.
Getting called for an illegal hold there. Giving a point.
So the Rams up 6, and following this, there's 2 more to go.
going neutral. Final period.
Mosey, a sophomore for Central Dauphin, with a record of 14-5. Miller of Carlisle, a freshman, mark of 1-3.
Mosey really doing a good job here. But again, no bonus points. Miller now trying to pummel in. He's got to be careful. He's pushing forward. If Miller had any ability to throw him at all, this is a good spot to do it in. He's now looking for it. Slipped through a headlock really with a half-hearted attempt. Gets taken down 10-2.
Oh, that got Jeff Swaggart out of the chair again, along with the other coaches too.
Again, called an illegal hold there, again. I didn't see what that was. It'd be nice to see the replay. It's evidently the second time he did it, and Coach Swaggart didn't agree that it was illegal. Now Miller trying to roll through. Not out yet. Mosey following up, trying to work a near side cradle, still stays in control.
So with exactly 1 minute left in this match at 182, they'll go back to the middle to start all over again in this 182-pound match, brought to you by PHFA.
Working that near side one-on-one. Mosey maintaining control, and again, I think Miller's running out of steam here. We'll say it again, can't do anything with your head on the mat. Now Mosey trying to hip over, does. Traps Miller in for another 3 points, making it 13-4.
So 9-point advantage.
Carlisle coach is yelling from Malik to try to get out.
Mosey hangs on for these last 12 seconds. He'll add 4 more to the Rams total. Put them up by 10 with 2 matches left.
No first move there at all. Now he's trying to Grammy through. Job by Mosey hanging on.
Nathaniel Mosey, 13-4 winner for Central Dauphin at 182. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
So back with 2 matches to go, we're at 195. It's Matt Carrion of Carlisle taking on Jackson Talbot of Central Dauphin.
Great job by Carrion throwing that leg over. It's a nice scramble situation. Carey now trying to come up on top after a great scramble there, and does so.
Carrion, a senior with a record of 9-7. Talbot, a junior, mark of 20-5 so far this year.
Carey with a cross wrist tilt. I'm sorry, Talbot with the cross wrist tilt. Able to turn him to his back. He's looking actually for the pin here. He might have it close. Able to earn 3. Now he's going to keep the bar. Grabs the other wrist. Puts head on head. Needs to flatten him out before he tries to run it. Gives it up. Good when you see a 195-pounder being able to have that much mobility. And Talbot only a junior.
Talbot's older brother, Mitchell Talbot, had a pretty decent career here for the Rams. Graduated last year.
Wasting time down there now. Tight waist in a one-on-one. Riding out the rest of the period.
Carlisle needs a win in this match to stay alive, as the outcome is still in doubt, but so far it's not going their way here at 195. This match being brought to you by Select Medical. It's Matt Carey on the short end of a 5-0 lead. It's Jackson Talbot of Central Dauphin in control after the first 2 minutes.
Talbot escapes right off the whistle. That gives up a leg here. Gotta be careful sitting on his butt. He's close to a takedown. He's long, he's now reaching back for the back leg, able to scoop that inside leg out. Got to cut across the body if he wants to. Stalemate. Carry on showing his athleticism. Able to move pretty well on his feet. Talbot again, he needs to start getting on the offensive here. Fighting hands. Head to head. Not a whole lot of action. Talbot now he takes an outside single. Needs to get the other leg. Carry on. Gives it up. 8-0. Looking for another cross wrist tilt. Going to run out of time.
So Jackson Talbot of Central Dauphin, 8-0 lead after 2 periods at 195. He wins this, it clinches the victory for the Central Dauphin Rams tonight over Carlisle Thundering Herd.
Matt Carrion selecting neutral for the 3rd period. Talbot in on the high crotch, needs to switch it through. Now it gets in between both legs, needs to get his arms in between, he's able to earn 2. Don't know why he wouldn't go up to his feet the entire time here. Trying to work that near side one-on-one. Again, just pulling it, but not using it for anything. Matt Carrion now called for a first stalling warning. Wouldn't be surprised to see him called for another one here quickly. Not doing a whole lot. Talbot now controlling that inside wrist. They're looking at a backdoor tilt here. Again, across wrist tilt again. Able to dive. Nope. Carry-on's really stalling. Bottom guy called for stalling. Make it 11-0. He's got to do something here. Talbot really trying to work both wrists and hands. Not doing anything but laying there with his head on the mat, content to lay through the rest of it. Based out. Should get called for another one here.
Eight ticks remain at 195. Jackson Talbot in command, 11-0. 8 seconds away from clinching this one and putting it in the win column for Central Dauphin. So Jackson Talbot gets the win at 195 to clinch it for CD. You're watching High School Sports Live.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Okay, so the Rams comfortably in front by a score of 38-24 as we move to our final match of the evening at 220 pounds.
We have Dylan White versus Marcus Holton. Every time I see that, I want to say Marcus Colston.
Wrong sport, wrong school.
But still a well-built, athletic young man with a record of 17-6 coming in as a junior.
Let the fans know we're tabulating our ballots for the wrestler of the match and move of the match. That'll be announced at the conclusion of this one.
We saw some really exciting and unexpected things a little bit earlier between the heavyweight match and the 126 match. I think those are coming in with the most votes, so we'll see how it works out.
Waiting for the West Coast votes to come in.
They're a little behind.
The polls are still open out
3 hours
in California.
Not a lot of action in this first period. Holton now looking for a cement mixer. Finds himself on his own back. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how you have that front headlock and you try to shoot through with that arm and almost missed completely, rolled himself on his own back.
A move like that could not have come at a worse spot on the mat. It was right in front of Coach Jeff Swaggart. You said you don't know how it happened? He does.
No,
and he told him.
No, he's over there preaching. He's telling everybody.
He's telling. Yep.
Marcus Holton was going for a cement mixer there, and those of you at home, that's not the way you do it.
So Dylan White, good first period for Carlisle, 2-1 lead for Marcus Holton. Final match of the night, this brought to you by OSSL.
Earns one. Makes the match in favor 3-1, Dylan White over Marcus Holton. Surprising. Stalling warning for Dylan White right after he took a shot. Marquise Holton needs to try to press the action here a little bit. Down 3-1, 1:08 remaining. Trying to work the underhook.
Prime example of the ebbs and flows of a wrestling match. We had some bouts here tonight where it was, action nonstop, and then you have something like this. It's more of a slow dance.
Although
Friday night in the high school gym.
It is, but Marquez Holton actually spun around and not to match up 3-3. Speaking of dancing, he did a nice spin. Actually, stalling warning now on Marquez Holton. Swags is irate. Still coaching, always coaching. Got to be careful. He needs to get off that ankle and needs to move up. 30 seconds remaining. White up on his feet, earns one. Last 26 seconds will be interesting here. Either guy able to get a takedown puts themselves in an advantageous position coming into the third period. Neither guy looking like they're going to be offensive here, however. Dylan White's going to take a 4-3 lead into the third period.
So with one period to go tonight, George, let's take a look at the upcoming District 3 Team Championships that will be taking place in 2 weeks. Here in AAA, we have Dallastown as the top seed. And Central Dauphin coming in as of this morning at number 5. And in AA, Northern Lebanon on top. They clinched their 7th straight Lancaster Lebanon Section 3 title last night. Top 12 teams point-wise make it in AA, and 16 make it in AAA.
So we got Chambersburg at number 2. Cedar Cliff, the repeat District 3 champion, at number 3. Daniel Boone in Berks County at number 4. And Central Dauphin, Wilson, Gettysburg, and Cumberland Valley rounding out those top teams.
What's that say about Mid-Penn Commonwealth? You have three teams in District 3 in the top 8. CV, CD, and Chambersburg.
And Hershey snuck in at number 13. Oh, Dylan White earns one right as he go out of bounds. 6-4.
We mentioned Northern Lebanon on top in AA. Bermudian number 2, Boiling Springs number 4, and they will have their annual battle next Saturday night to close out the regular season
classic
here in District 3.
White still being aggressive. Marquez Holton. Got to be careful now. Dylan White asking for injury timeout, grabbing his shoulder.
So while we have a wrestler down on the mat, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with the conclusion of this one right after this.
Jack G and Bubble Buick GMC is closing out 2018 with the biggest deals of the year. Lease a 2019 Encore for $109 a month, or lease a 2019 Terrain for $159 a month. It's the countdown to closeout, only at Jack G and Bubble Buick GMC. Online at jackgandbubble.com.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter Payton had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Payton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PaytonWalker.org.
So Dylan White of Carlisle back on his feet as he tries to hold on. He has a 6-5 lead from Marcus Holton of Central Dauphin. So we're in the final minute of the final match of the night here in Carlisle.
Holton now shooting in, trying to get takedown, does. Right at the edge of the mat there. First lead of the match for Marquez Holton. may be an exciting finish here. Marquez Holton has been unable to hold Dylan White down. Dylan White now trying to work out. Remember, he has a stolen call there, so he gives him one.
So we're tied at 7 with 30 seconds, just over 30 seconds to go.
$20 seconds. Somebody's got to try something, or else we'll go into a 1 minute.
Our televised matches, we haven't had an overtime.
Well,
so let's go out in style. Let's have one.
White coming in, not able to earn anything.
Although we have had a couple that were decided in the last second. So 5 seconds left. Anything's still possible.
We will see. Both guys step away. I think they're content to go to the 1 minute.
Right. Okay, Mr. Official, quick lesson on the rules here for overtime.
1 minute. If you score a takedown, you win. But if you score a takedown right to your back, you have a chance still to pin. If the score or there's no takedown in the 1 minute, you go to 2 30-second periods. Again, if the score is tied after those 2 30-second periods, nope, that was close. You go to a 30-second sudden death ride-out situation. So hopefully we won't have to go through all of that tonight. But Dylan White
It'll be quick, though, if it does.
In on a first shot.
No TV timeouts coming up now on this one.
There will not be.
Not like the NFL with those 3-minute commercial breaks.
The easiest way to do this is to get a takedown in this first minute. And if it does go to the 30 seconds, Marquez Holton, there it is.
There it is. Marcus Holton of Central Dauphin gets a 9-7 win in overtime to finish this off. Making the final score Central Dauphin 41, Carlisle 24. You're watching High School Sports Live. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.
Mom, can we have burgers?
Sure. Fries?
Yep.
Milkshakes? You got it.
Nutritious twists at prices you'll love. That's a combination you'll only find at Giant. Save big. Giant brand roasting chicken drumsticks or thighs, 99 cents per pound. See store for details.
Come test drive a new Jeep on Stetler's amazing Jeep Trail.
During the Big Finish event, drive a 2019 Jeep Cherokee for just $199 a month. Yes, just $199 a month.
Drive better, drive Stetler at StetlerAuto.com.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And at HoffmanFord.com, they make it easy to find the new or used Ford you've been looking for. Search nearly 500 new and used vehicles right at your fingertips. And when you find one you like, you can even get pre-approved by applying online. Plus, you can chat live or text a real person to answer any questions you may have. Start your shopping at HoffmanFord.com. They make it easy to get into a new or used Ford today.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
To hear a kid say that they're concerned about their safety in a school environment is just, it's heartbreaking. I'm sorry. I need my kids to be in an environment where they can actually focus on their education. That's paramount to me. The school does what it says it's going to do for the families that they serve.
There's never been a better time to make the switch. Enroll today at ccaeducate.me.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter Payton had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Payton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PaytonWalker.org.
Welcome back to Carlisle High School, the Gene Evans Gym, and this is the Giant Post-Game Show here on ABC 27.3. John Reppes along with George Hartwick. Calling all the action for you tonight is Carlisle goes down to defeat as Central Dauphin comes in here and the Rams beat the Thundering Herd 41-24. Time to hand out a couple of post-match accolades. First of all, we're going to give our move of the match, brought to you by CRIA, Capital Region Insurance Agency. And George, I'll let you just call this one.
If you saw the step in, spin around, now you know you can't leave both feet at the same time in high school wrestling, but he clearly did it. Spun back around in the cartwheel, comes up with the leg, and then finishes it off for two. Very rarely do you see that kind of move, almost Broman Bravo Young-esque.
That's a different angle right there, and the gentleman we are talking about is Trenton Walker, freshman from Carlisle, who came up with that spectacular move. So he earns the honor tonight for the CRIA move of the match. And now we go on to our wrestler of the match, and for the first time this year, and probably first time in a couple of years, it goes to the same person, because that move helped set up this. Closing seconds, and it's Walker.
Takedown. Finish with a 10-9 victory again, filling in tonight for state qualifier Rafael Portilla, who has went out with a sickness today, and a young freshman stepped in. I'm sure Jeff Swaggart expected almost bonus points from a very stout Tyler Faust. Instead, a victory for Carlisle in dramatic fashion, not only the move of the match, but the wrestler of the match.
That was the finish right there. The literally last-second escape gives Trenton Walker a 10-9 win over Tyler Faust at 126, and that earns him our Hoffman Ford Wrestler of the Match. So, George, our last televised match of the season here on ABC 27.3 and High School Sports Live. First of all, a quick thought about what we saw here on the mat tonight.
Well, we'd expect a big turnaround at 126, but it was no loss for Carlisle. I mean, they might have been able to earn bonus points. One other wrestler being out tonight, I don't think the outcome would have been significantly different. Maybe the margin might have been a little bit closer, but CD clearly the better team. We talked to Swags early in the year. No returning state place winners. A different kind of lineup, a lot of unknowns, but in true CD fashion, finishing up 12-2 right now, and now what are they? The third seed.
I think we had.
Are they third?
They were number 5 tonight.
Five seed coming into the District 3 championships. Getting better as time goes on, and a solid lineup. So the good news for Carlisle is I saw some underclassmen. I saw freshmen out here. If I was a college recruiter, I'd say this kid's got something special.
Right.
Athleticism. First match that he's out here, he gets the move of the match, wrestler of the match, and earns a victory over a wrestler who was a quality kid. So I think the future's bright for Carlisle, and it was great to see a lot of our old-time folks and friends, but also good to see that Carlisle wrestling is alive and well, not only in the early seasons with pushing Cumberland Valley to a criteria, but also now trying to finish strong and have some individuals who may be a factor late in the game in the district individuals, and maybe even from the state perspective.
This is our final telecast of the season, but there's still a lot of wrestling to go in this season. We have a couple of important matches, dual matches coming up the rest of this weekend and also next week to decide a lot of the league, district, and section titles. And then a couple other important dates to mention. The District 3 team championships will be decided on February 2nd. Then they move right into the PIAA team championships. Those will be contested February 7, 8, and 9. And then the PIAA individual championships in Hershey. They'll be held March 7, 8, and 9. And we're talking about high school. I'll let you mention what's going on as far as NCAA and the big action here in Pennsylvania.
We all talk about great Pennsylvania teams and wrestling in Pennsylvania. Well, this year the NCAA Division I finals are coming to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, March 21st through the 23rd at PPG Arena. I know I've got my seats reserved. I think they may be sold out, but what an awesome opportunity to watch probably a record-breaking team from Penn State with wrestlers that are going to be going out at the top of their game, from Jason Knopf to Bo Nickel, and a number of upstart and up-and-coming wrestlers and individuals that are ranked #1 in the country. So not only do we got the team championships, so for all of us junkies, we get to finish up March 21st to the 23rd at PPG Arena with the NCAA finals. And again, Penn State expected to be the team championship winner. I think 8 out of the last 9 years, national champions.
Right. So, George, it's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you
Always
to our
a pleasure.
Invicta crew. The next telecast here on High School Sports Live will be tomorrow night, basketball. It'll be York and Central York. So, again, thank you to our sponsors for making this possible. All our telecasts this season, PHFA, Jack Chimbalvo, and Hoffman Ford, our premier sponsors. Thank you to them for their support, and thank you for watching High School Sports Live here on ABC 27.3. Again, the final here tonight in Carlisle. Central Dauphin over Carlisle by a final of 41-24. Good night from Gene Evans Gym in Carlisle.
We got the phone call that every parent spends their lives dreading. Life as we knew it and loved it ended at that moment. Our daughter had been admitted to the ER in full cardiac arrest.
We were eating breakfast and enjoying a cup of coffee. How does this happen?
Sudden cardiac arrest stole our beautiful, vibrant 19-year-old daughter's life that day. We didn't get to say goodbye, but Payton left us with a vital mission to save as many lives as we can and to prevent this from happening to even one more family. Sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 killer of student athletes. Sudden cardiac arrest takes the life of one child every hour, every single day. Sudden cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death on school campuses. And you know what the really tragic fact is? Most heart conditions that lead to sudden cardiac arrest are detectable and treatable. Sadly, about 2%